One of these men will play an important part in the forthcoming World Series. What is your name, please?
My name is Gus Morch.
What is your name, please?
My name is Gus Morch.
What is your name, please?
My name is Gus Morch.
Two of these people are imposters. Only one is the real Gus Morch, and is the only one sworn to tell the truth. And now, here is our host, Bud Collyer.
Thank you very much. Good evening, and here we are again at our brand new Monday Night Time. Hope you didn't forget. To Tell the Truth is brought to you this week by Helene Curtis, makers of fine beauty products, creators of Suave hairdressing and conditioner, and Endon dandruff treatment shampoo. Now may I introduce our panel. First, Mr. Tom Poston, and sitting in for Miss Kitty Carlisle, Miss Faye Emerson. Next, Mr. Don Amici, and finally, Miss Polly Bergen. Faye, to say that we're delighted to have you with us is putting it mildly.
Thank you, Bud. It's nice to be here, and I hope Kitty's feeling better next week.
Well, you were real swell to do it. Faye jumped in at the last minute when Kitty Carlisle came down with the flu bug, but she will be back with us next week, we're trusting. And Polly, we'll all be watching CBS this Saturday night when you're on there with Phil Silvers in that special show called Polly and Me, isn't it?
That's right.
We'll be watching, boy.
Thank you, Bud.
We'll be watching. All right. Now, panel, will you kindly open your affidavits and your envelopes, take out the affidavit cards, and follow along with me as I read it to you. I, Gus Morch, am the head trainer of the pennant-winning New York Yankees baseball team. I am responsible for the physical condition of the players and for ministering to sore muscles, bruised bones, torn ligaments, and other aches and pains that plague them throughout the season. The day after tomorrow, we open the World Series against the Pirates in Pittsburgh. This will be my 10th series with the Yankees, and each time the team has voted me a full player's share of the World Series money. Signed, Gus Morch. Three gentlemen to start us off tonight, panel, as you can plainly see, and you heard each one claim to be Gus Morch, trainer of the New York Yankees. Let's begin this first round of questioning tonight with Tom Poston. Tom?
Oh, thank you, Bud. Let's see. Mr. Morch, number 2, what does rubbing up a ball mean?
That's the umpire before the ball game takes a certain amount of baseballs and rubs it with this mud that's brought up from Delaware.
Thank you. Number 3, Gus, do you know the name of the guy that owns that mud farm?
No, I don't, but I've seen a lot of that mud brought from there. It's done just before every ball game.
Gus Morch, number 3, what does rubbing down mean?
Or rubbing down, well, of course, that would be the sore legs and sore muscles.
Where do you get the mud for that? Number 1, can you tell me what the name of the New York Yankees bat boy is, please?
The New York Yankee bat boy is, well, his first name is Frank.
Faye Emerson.
Well, I'll be pretty stupid on this one. Mr. Morch, number 3, rubbing up a bowl like that, that's not what they call a duster, is it?
No, the umpires wouldn't stand for that.
What was a duster?
Well, a duster is considered illegal. That's hitting someone in the wrong spot around the head.
Number 2, Mr. Morch, what player position takes the hardest physical beating?
Catcher, I believe.
The catcher, not the pitcher.
No, the pitcher would be second. Or that.
Mr. Morch.
Don Amici.
Number 2, what leg is bothering Mantle?
Right leg, sir.
Number 3, where was Maris hurt and how?
Well, Maris was hurt at the, he was at the Yankee Stadium. He's been hurt a couple
Where
of times.
on his body was he hurt, please?
Oh, he was hurt around his waistline, around his ribs.
Number 1, has Whitey Ford ever won 20 games?
Never.
Number 2, what freak accident happened to Berra last year? Number 2?
I really don't.
Number 3?
Lots of things. I think he hit
I beg your
himself.
pardon, sir?
Lots of things have happened to Yogi. I've had to rub him down so often I can't even count them.
Polly?
Well, I could, like just not bother with this whole thing. Don, will you just give me the answer? Because I don't know anything about it. I mean, Faye was saying she doesn't know anything about it. What I know about, well, you never. No, I'm the only person in the world that walks up to Mickey Mantle. I was so excited, really, because I know about the game, but I just don't know the names of the players. And I said, I see you all the time at the Polo Grounds. So you know what kind of trouble I'm in. Number 3, what's a pectoral muscle?
A pectoral muscle? Oh, that would be the area of the leg and different parts of the body.
And number 2, why do they have to bring this mud from Delaware? Can't they use New York mud?
There's a certain amount of deposit in this particular mud that will take the polish off the ball in order that the pitcher is able to grip it.
That's it, panel.
Why don't they make a ball without polish on it in the first place?
Well, let's take the polish off our answers and our ballots right now. If you will, please mark your ballots without consultation. And as you do so, vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3. As usual, of course, the team of challengers will get $250 for every incorrect vote. Everyone voted? Okay. Faye, have you marked your ballot?
Yes.
Tom, you marked yours?
Yes, I have.
Okay, for whom did you vote?
Well, I don't know. I voted for number 1, but after we get through, I'm going to have to say something before you do the things, okay?
All right.
All right.
Okay.
I voted for number 1.
Faye, your vote.
I voted for number 1. I really don't know why, except that I don't think a pectoral muscle is in the leg. But it is.
Tell you.
And number 2 is a little shaky on that mud, I thought.
Okay, Don, your vote.
I voted for number 1 because 2 and 3 didn't know what happened to Berra last year, and I think they should have.
Polly, which one do you think is the real one?
Well,
Guess though it may be.
I voted for number 1, which is unusual because everybody else voted for number 1. And I usually go out of my way to pick the wrong one, but as Faye said, the pectoral muscle is not certainly in the leg. And again, number 2 and 3 didn't seem to know quite as... Well, of course, number 1, we didn't ask very much, but number 2 and 3, they didn't... I'm not sure, but I think it's 1.
Boy, I'm telling you, if pectoral muscles are on the legs, an awful lot of people have been walking on their hands for years.
No, they aren't.
Yes, Don. I said that now.
I wouldn't be surprised that maybe I ought to disqualify myself.
Oh?
This is a little bit late, but it seems to me, and the only reason that I've continued is that I'm not positive of it. It seems to me that I've seen Mr. March, is that the way you pronounce it? Mr. March on television, you know, when he runs out to the players, and it seems to me that the man looks like him, but I'm not absolutely certain.
Well, it's up to you. You want to disqualify yourself?
I think,
yourself.
well, I really think it'd be a nice...
You feel better. Okay, you've
yes.
disqualified yourself. We'll count that as 1 vote.
I would like to say, the reason I didn't want to say this before was because I thought it was number 1, but number 3 looks vaguely familiar
Excuse me, Tom.
to me.
You fellas talk among yourselves over here. We have a little fun.
Number 3 looks familiar to me. Now, I don't know where I know him from, and it could be because he's really Gus March. I don't know, but he looks familiar to me, and I didn't think he was the right one. I didn't want to say it before because that might throw somebody else
Well,
off.
that's number 3. It's nothing to do with you voting for number 1, so you don't have to disqualify your vote. One
I never saw any of these in my whole life. Not even the real one I never saw. And any mistakes that I make will be my own fault.
Oh, there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to This Is Your Life. All right, now, let's see what we have here by way of...
I did know I wouldn't tell because I don't get very many
Well,
answers.
let's find out, shall we, and settle the whole thing. Will the real Gus March, trainer of the New York Yankees, please stand up? Oh, boy. Number 2, would you tell us your real name and what you really do, please?
I'm Cy Glein, and I operate several parking lots here in New York City.
And finally, number 3, would you tell us your real name and what you really do?
Bud, my name is Irving Jaffe, and I'm the Winter Sports Director at Grossinger, and I taught Miss Polly Bergen to ice skate.
Were you the young lady who said that you never had seen any of these men before?
I didn't have my glasses.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Irving, how are
One thing I do want to tell you, some of you may not know it, but Mr. Irving Jaffe won 3 Olympic medals for the United States in speed skating, and that's a record that'll stand for a long time. Well, the reply to the panel was 100% correct, but with one disqualification counting as one wrong vote, that's a total of $250 from Helene Curtis. And, of course, on your way out, a gift box of fine beauty products from Helene Curtis for your ladies. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Good luck in the series. Good night. Now, panel, let's meet our next team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Philippa Schuyler.
What is your name, please?
My name is Philippa Schuyler.
What is your name, please?
My name is Philippa Schuyler.
Again, follow along, panel, if you will, with your affidavit cards. I, Philippa Schuyler, am a concert pianist. I played my first concert when I was 5 years old, and since then I have played in 64 countries throughout the world, and have played for Dr. Albert Schweitzer, Emperor Haile Selassie, the Dowager Queen Elizabeth of Belgium, and many others, both famous and royal. In June of this year, I was playing at the opening day ceremonies of the new Congo Republic when the rebellion started. I was forced to flee. Since then, I have made another trip to the Congo as a news correspondent for United Press Features. I have also written a book on my experiences in 24 African nations. It is titled Adventures in Black and White. Signed, Philippa Schuyler. Three ladies this time, panel. You heard them all claim to be Philippa Schuyler, concert pianist, correspondent. And let's begin this round of questioning with Polly Bergen. Polly?
Number 1, where did you play for Dr. Schweitzer?
At his hospital in French Equatorial Africa at Lamborghini.
Number 2, did you play at the same place?
Of course.
Number 3, what is your specialty as far as piano is concerned? Is there any particular composer you...
I prefer Beethoven.
Beethoven.
Yes.
Number 1, what was the date of the rebellion in the Congo?
Actually, throughout June, they had rebellions, but the greater rebellions came in July. Independence Day ceremonies were June 30th, and after that.
Tom?
Thank you. I was fascinated by the fact that I don't know anything. I would like to ask number 2, please, if you could tell me what key has 5 flats?
If I'm not mistaken, it's the key of B flat.
Thank you. Number 3, could you tell me what river runs into the Congo, into the country called the Congo?
It's the Congo River.
But I wonder if you could tell me what Beethoven's Eroica is called. What symphony is that? Could you tell me?
I'm afraid I don't know.
Faye?
Number 2, what is the 12-tone scale?
Well, the 12-tone scale is the scale upon which all Western music has been composed and differs from other scales, particularly the Eastern scales, which have a different composition.
Thank you. Number 1, do you wear long nails or short nails?
I don't remember.
Number 3, are your nails long or short?
They're pretty short. They have to be.
Number 3, what is Rubinstein's first name?
Arturo.
Number 2, do you know Jose Iturbe's sister's name?
No, I don't.
Number 1, who wrote the Fire Dance?
Oh, Manuel de Falla.
Number 2, what did Zimbalist play? What instrument?
He played the violin.
Number 3, who is the world's foremost cellist?
Pablo Casals.
Number 1.
That's it, I'm afraid. And to clear something up, I'm not sure, but I don't think you understood that or heard that question. Did you, about the nails?
I don't remember whether my nails are long or short.
Oh, you really meant that? All right, let's leave it at that then. Okay, it sounded to me like maybe because I could hardly hear it, and I was just trying to clear something up. There might have been a misunderstanding. There we are. Will you mark your ballots, please? And without any consultation, will you mark them for number 1, number 2, or number 3? All marked? Everybody?
Nope.
Holly?
Nope.
Everybody else is?
I can't help it if the rest of them are smarter than I am. I'm just
All right, Tom, for whom did you vote this time?
I marked early, but I'm wrong.
Oh, so am I.
But I did vote for number 1. Now, don't ask me why. In view of the fact that she said she didn't remember if her nails are long or short, I still voted for number 1. But I did.
Faye?
I voted for number 1, too.
Because she said she didn't remember exactly why.
Don?
Well, strangely enough, I also voted for number 1, mainly because she knew who wrote the fire dance, and I guess maybe that's a bad reason, but...
Holly?
I would like to change my vote.
Change it now before you do anything else.
Because,
no, you marked your ballot.
I felt very strongly it was number 1, but I also felt very strongly it was number 2, and I knew it couldn't be both of them strongly. So I voted for number 2, and I'm probably wrong, but there you are.
Okay, let's see whether you are or not. We'll discover right now which one of these ladies is the real concert pianist correspondent. So will the real Philippa Schuyler please stand up? All right. So, number 2, would you tell us your real name and what you really do?
Yes, I'm Janice Porter, and I'm associated with the National Scholarship Service and Fund for Negro Students here in New York.
Thank you. And number 3, your real name and what you really do, please.
My name is Alfreda Diggs. I work in television. I'm Gary Moore's assistant.
Now she recognizes you. All right. In checking the score, we find 1 incorrect vote at $250. And, of course, a gift package of those fine beauty products made by Helene Curtis. Ladies, I hope you enjoyed your visit to us. We enjoyed having you. Good night and good luck. Now, panel, let's meet our 3rd team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Dr. B.C. Swindle.
What is your name, please?
My name is Dr. B.C. Swindle.
What is your name, please?
My name is Dr. B.C. Swindle.
For the 3rd time, panel, will you remove your affidavit cards from the envelopes and follow along with me? I, Dr. B.C. Swindle, am superintendent of the Animal Quarantine Station, which is operated by the United States Department of Agriculture at Clifton, New Jersey. All hoofed animals, such as horses, cattle, giraffes, zebras, bongo, and okapi, and all poultry, such as chickens, geese, swans, and pigeons, must be confined to the station for periods up to 30 days to check for disease. Our staff also boards incoming ships to inspect animal hides, hair, and meat products. One of our biggest problems comes from people who try to smuggle foreign salami into the United States. Signed, Dr. B.C. Swindle. We have here 3 Dr. B.C. Swindles, panel, each one claiming to be that at least, head of the Animal Quarantine Station. Let's begin this round with Don Amici. Don?
Number 2, what is butazolidine used for in horses?
As a medicine.
Number 3, could you be a little more specific?
I wouldn't be sure.
Number 1?
I don't know.
Number 2, what are hormones used for in steers?
For injection. They inject them into steers.
What for?
To give them added vitality.
Number 3, you agree with that?
It increases their growth rate.
Number 1, are hormones ever given to chickens?
Yes, they are.
Number 2, how?
By injection.
Number 3?
Sometimes by pellets.
Number 1, what is the normal temperature of a horse?
The normal temperature of a horse is between, well, it's around 101, I believe. 100 to 101.
Holly?
I thought that was the normal temperature of a baby. Maybe babies and horses have the same.
Maybe.
Dr. Swindle, number 3, do you find that your name holds you back any at all in your business?
Well, it's a good joke.
No, I mean...
laughing, number 3.
No, because it is unusual to check for people who smuggle and everything and have a name called Swindle, you know? Do people tease you a lot about it, sir?
Yes, indeed.
Well, I didn't mean to. I really was honestly interested.
That's very good.
Okay. Number 2, why can't people smuggle foreign salami into the United
Well,
States?
it's prohibited. There's every possibility that it will bring in some kind of a contagious disease which would spread, and it's very injurious.
Well, number one, don't they import foreign salami?
Tom Poston.
I would like to know, let me see, I'll ask number 2, does salami come under poultry or hoofed animal?
Well, it's made from hoofed animals.
I see, that's why you're fooling around with it. Wonder if you could tell me, number 2, again, what are the regulations for taking a dog from this country, say, to France? What must be done?
Well, dogs don't come under our category. They're handled by the Department of Health.
Oh, I see.
We don't handle dogs.
Number 3, I would like to ask you if you would happen to know what the origin of your last name is.
No, I wouldn't.
No money lenders in the family. No.
Faye?
Circus operative.
Number one, what is the largest animal that had come through your department?
The elephant.
That comes under as a hoofed
We
animal.
bring elephants in.
What is parrot fever?
Pseudococcus.
Number 2, thank you. And can that be carried by more than just parrots? Can it be carried by other fowl?
I
Fowl?
don't think
Yes,
so.
fowl.
I don't think it can.
Number 3, what is black tongue?
Black tongue in dogs is a vitamin deficiency.
Is it fatal?
It can be.
That's it. Time once again to vote. So again, will you, without consultation, who you're fast this time, Polly? Mark your ballots and vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3. Everybody set, and away we go.
Well,
Tom, for whom did you vote this time?
I just did it. I voted for number 2 there. But I tell you, I think number 3 has made great strides in earning some of that name. That guy, he really was really in there. I didn't believe a lot of the things he said, but he sure said them with conviction. I voted for number 2 partly because there was a certain amount of says you when he said his name the first time, you know. You heard me, that style.
Faye, which one do you think is the real one?
I voted for number 2 because he seemed very sure about his field, and he also answered a question I hadn't meant to ask him, which was about parrot fever. He gave me the scientific name.
Mm-hmm. Don?
I voted for number 3 because he knew what they used hormones and steers for, and that they used pellets as to administer hormones to chickens.
And Polly?
I go along with Don. I felt that number 3 gave a little better answers than the other 2, and I'm so glad you voted. I thought I was going to be the only one wrong again.
Yeah.
No, we may all be. Look at number 1.
Well, right. You think we're all going to be wrong? Let's see, shall we? And we find out for the good people at home, too, because if you're voting along with us, as we hope you are each week, let's check for you, too, and find out which one of these gentlemen is the real head of the animal quarantine station. So will the real Dr. B.C. Swindle please stand up?
Look at the grin. You know
It is going to be.
Look at him.
Thank you very much, sir. So he who swindles last swindles best, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Number 1, would you tell us your real name and what you really do?
My name is John Miller, and I design and style carpets for Polly Bergen's brother-in-law, Edward Fields.
You know that this is getting embarrassing?
Yes, we're getting you skating on carpets tonight.
My goodness.
Number 2, would you tell us your real name and what you really
My
do?
name is Bill Sherlock, and I'm a cocoa bean buyer for the Nestle Chocolate Company.
Well, there we have it, and we have the greatest division yet tonight. We have 2 incorrect at $250 each, for a total of $500 from Helene Curtis, and, of course, a gift package of fine beauty products from Helene Curtis for your ladies, gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed your visit. It was fun having you. Good night, and good luck to you. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, except I want to remind you not to forget that we'll be at this stand now from now on, Monday nights at 7:30. So if you caught us tonight, you'll catch us again next week and spread the good word. Faye, thank you so much for being with us. It was a real treat. Come back soon.
Thank you. I loved it. I was scared.
And you didn't act it.
I was.
I guess that's about it, panel. So good night to you all.
Good night, Bud.
This is Bud Collier saying good night from Helene Curtis and reminding you to tell the truth. Good night, everyone.
Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Codman production in association with the CBS Television Network. To Tell the Truth has been brought to you by Helene Curtis, makers of fine beauty products, creators of Endon Dandruff Treatment Shampoo and Suave Hairdresser and Conditioner. This is Roger Foster saying good night from To Tell the Truth. The preceding program was pre-recorded.